Okay guys, welcome back to Drum It Up. We have a drum kit, okay? And I'm going to show you how to set it up. Yeah, it looks like quite a lot, but I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to set it up normally how I would feel comfortable around the kit, but of course, if you want to be a bit high or low on the kit, or you want a bit more spaced out, depending on your build, go for it. Let's begin. I usually start with the kick drum. I get it so it's at a nice kind of right angle to where I'm sitting. That way, I'm nice and lined up, right?
What else do we call a kick drum?
The bass drum.
Sound.
There you go. Okay. Now, I usually go for the snare drum next, because it's the most important part of the kit. Is it?
Oh, controversial subject!
So, you've got your snare stand here, or snare basket, as some people say.
Yeah! Technical terms.
Okay. Next step, usually slot down in the basket, and if it doesn't fully fit, you see down here, you've got this adjustment, you just loosen that, boom, and then I tighten it so it doesn't fall off when you move it. Okay, snare drum is in place. I usually line it up so it's right in the middle of where my legs are, right? And then snare height, normally quite important because you want to be able to hit the snare without hitting your leg, right? So I normally adjust it. Each snare will be different, each snare stand, I mean. But usually loosen this and then raise it to your liking. And if you want to get technical, I usually go a little bit above where your belt would be, right? If you're wearing a belt. Now that's at a good height. If I had a stick, that would be great.
Stick.
I'd be able to show you. Go.
Ready?
Little 1, 2. Here we go.
Yeah! Win!
Okay. Drumsticks, essential. So, I can hit the snare without touching my legs, right? That's what we want. That is snare drum complete. Okay. Next step I usually go for is the hi-hat. And the reason for that is so I can get my feet nice and lined up. You see how I'm building the kit based around how I'm going to play it. This is the hi-hat stand, right? Advanced bit of kit. So, as you could just see there, I just pulled the legs apart so it's nice and balanced. And usually, you see what I'm doing there? I'm pulling that up so that way this isn't on the floor and it's not making it wobble. So now the legs are engaged. Okay. Now, crucial part, guys. I usually line them up so I'm not too close in like that and I'm not too wide out. Of course, depends on how you feel about things, your viewpoint on life.
Viewpoint on life!
It really is up to your own interpretation, but for me, what works is not too wide, not too far in. You usually go quite wide, don't you?
I'm quite wide, but then I'm a lot bigger than you are.
Okay. What we got? High speed 402s.
Win.
Pretty decent actually, yeah. You've got a top one and a bottom one. And if there's no indication on the symbol, there is on this one, it says bottom, but just say you don't have an indication, usually the heavier one is the bottom one, right? So, slide it in just like that, nice and easy. Top part, this part is interesting. So you got this clamp here, or clutch. I usually unscrew the bottom one. You see you got 2 felts. You should have 2 felts. If you don't, good luck.
That's probably the best advice you could use in a video. Good luck. Right, well done.
And then I usually have 1 felt left on there, you see? and slot the cymbal over that, and then you put the other felt on the other side, right? And that basically makes sure that there's no metal on metal contact, which means the cymbal won't crack, which is what we want. And now you just tighten it up as much as you can. This one's a little bit loose. Actually, yeah, what's going on there? Is that alright? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough. And you want a little bit of wiggle, alright? Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
And then,
Oh, the songs.
here we go. And then you just tighten it there. And I usually tighten it so there's still a bit of space in between. Now you can see it's all a bit warped, a bit wonky. This little thing down here is your best friend when it comes to that. So if you loosen it, it should.
It will, but I think you're on a bit of a wonk anyway.
Go for the floor tom next. Okay. Oh, heavy old thing this. Usually set it down like that. And then I usually make it the same height as the snare, right? Again, depends on what you want. If you want a nice low tom that you can be like that on, or if you want it really high, you do you. But for me, yeah, so I usually have it a little slant, just so I'm not gonna do
Clicking,
that.
yeah.
There you go.
Also, I'm just going to interject 2 seconds. The one thing that I didn't think about is if you've got your legs here as well, guys, remember that they need to be pointing outwards. Because, as you can see, Will's got them like that, pointing outwards. But if they're pointing inwards in any way, that will topple. All right? Racks.
Yeah. So you may have one, you may have two. Oh, that was smooth. So, this is the high tom, right?
But how many different words have you heard people call that?
Rack. What have I heard? I've heard someone call it Jerry once. Or something.
Jerry? Really? I've never heard that one.
It's
Small.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Oh, Tom and Jerry. Oh my God.
Okay.
I've heard it. Small tom, rack tom, left tom,
Yeah. Ding ding.
high tom.
Dum dum. So,
Basically, your smallest one.
this is like a
That's a 12.
12, yeah. Put it on like that. Make sure you tighten this. And now, you can probably tell it's very high, right, in comparison to the rest of the kit. So, this is where we would want to adjust the actual tom mount. And you might...
Memory lock.
That's it, memory lock.
Yeah.
You might have one of these. It basically means that it doesn't go down if this comes loose. So just say you're gigging, this part comes loose, that will make sure it doesn't go any further
Exactly.
than the point you set.
And also for that whole point, what you just said there as well, is when you're gigging, if you've got to take apart your kit so many times, it's a memory lock so that you literally just slot it in and you're away.
Yes, nice. So now, I'll say this is a good height.
You haven't got one stick click there either, that was good. Rim click.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So, high tom is done. Everything feels good, feels comfortable.
That's basically my setup there.
Yeah.
That's how that's me.
I was going to say, guys, you may want two if you want more sounds around your kit, or you may just want to have one like Simon and myself. My kit's only got one high tom, which gives you more room for your ride over here, right? Depends how you want to play.
Whatever genre would you say?
Yeah, so we have a mid tom. We're going to show you guys how to set up.
I'll pass it to you because I'm such a nice fella.
Thank you very much. Mid tom, very similar to the high tom, right? Same sort of attachment. Now this one, as you can tell, is hitting the bass drum, right? So what we want to do, I usually adjust the ball mount, try and get it on as much as I can, and it is still quite low. So you might have this issue where you've got your high tom set up perfectly, but then your mid tom's like a bit out of whack. It's usually because these are the same height, but then these are different depths, right?
Yeah.
So I usually just, you'll have to like raise this up a bit, just so this isn't hitting. So test it out.
Oh, wow. Memory locks. Now, as you can see, so instead of just leaving this down low, we've raised that up and then dropped this tom down on its bar, so it's still missing the kick drum.
Yeah.
Okay, but it now means that we can get the medium tom, the mid tom in, but the small tom, the high tom, yeah, is still at the same place where Will had it set for himself before. Yeah, quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Very nice.
Next step, the cymbals.
Cymbales.
So, usually most kits will have 2 crashes and a ride. So let's set these up.
It's one of them a boom.
I think that one is a bit more of a boom stand.
That one there in the middle is a boom.
That's the word I was looking for, boom stand.
That one's a boom. That one's a straight. Is that a straight? That's a straight as well. Shall I get another boom?
Nah, it's all good.
Are you sure? Right.
Just set up as it is. Now, we only have 2 cymbals, right? Again, you can normally get away with 1 crash, 1 ride. It's just nicer to have more cymbals, I guess. So, I usually go, I always make sure I got a crash on my left side. Reason why, when I'm playing a groove on my hi-hat, I like to have a crash right there to do a little fill or something.
It's another reason why people have the crash over this side, isn't it?
Yes.
So if they want to use the ride a bit more, they've got to crash over this side.
Exactly. There you go. Nice and simple, right? I'll show you again how it's done on the ride. So, let's go over here. So yeah, you've got your wing nut.
Yeah.
Take that off, and then you can see a nice felt under here.
Have we not? Do you not have a top felt?
Nah. See, that's the thing. A lot of times, especially when you're gigging on a kit venue, they won't have like top felts. Thank you very much. There you go. So that's actually a good tip. Like, always have some felts in your bag,
Yeah,
or like
man.
spare felts, because a lot of places just won't have them. Right? Everyone's stealing them. So yeah, put the ride in like that. And then if you've got a felt, it's always good to have felts. There you go. And then I usually don't tighten it the whole way because then it won't move. I usually have it kind of halfway in. So it can still move about, but it's not going to come loose. And then it's all about setting it up how you like, right? See how it feels getting around the kit, right? Good, yeah. There you go, guys. So, this is the kit. This is it. It's set up. Yeah, it's come a long way, hasn't it?
Come a long way from being bits and pieces on the floor.
There you go.
And we'll do another video of a loose tuning. We're not going to try and do it to like sort of concert professional or anything like that, or studio quality, because again, one thing that everybody, and will agree with me on, will say is that drums is a personal preference and everybody has got their own different sounds. Because if everybody wanted the same sound or thought that it should be the same, there wouldn't be 400,000 different makes of drum kit out there. So what we'll do is we'll sign off for now, and then that's a setup video, and we'll do another tuning one. Click on the subscribe to find the other videos. All right,
guys.
see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.